Spring in Japan is a truly magical experience. As the winter snows melt away, the country awakens in a vibrant display of colors, with the iconic cherry blossoms, or sakura, taking center stage. Imagine strolling beneath a canopy of delicate pink petals, their beauty reflected in tranquil ponds and bustling city streets. This is the season of Hanami, where locals and visitors alike gather under the blooming trees to celebrate the beauty of nature and the joy of new beginnings. But spring in Japan is more than just cherry blossoms. It's a time for ancient festivals, vibrant cultural experiences, and breathtaking natural landscapes. From the bustling metropolis of Tokyo to the serene temples of Kyoto, there's something for everyone in this enchanting country. Join us as we embark on an unforgettable adventure through Japan in spring, where we'll witness the country's unique blend of tradition and modernity, sample delectable cuisine, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Our first destination is Osaka, a vibrant city brimming with energy and renowned for its delectable street food, lively atmosphere, and captivating history. When it comes to finding the perfect place to stay in Osaka, you'll be spoilt for choice with options catering to every budget. For those seeking budget-friendly accommodations, capsule hotels and guesthouses offer basic amenities without breaking the bank, with prices starting from 2,500 yen, $20 per night. If you prioritize convenience, consider staying near Namba or Umeda stations, major transportation hubs that provide easy access to various attractions. If your budget allows for a bit more comfort and style, business hotels and boutique hotels are excellent choices, with prices starting from 6,000 yen, $46 per night. For those eager to immerse themselves in the heart of Osaka's entertainment and culinary scene, look for hotels near Dotonbori or America Mura. And for travelers seeking a truly luxurious experience, Osaka boasts a selection of 4- and 5-star hotels, where you can indulge in top-notch amenities and impeccable service, with prices starting from 15,000 yen, $117 per night. If you plan to utilize the Shinkansen bullet train for your travels, staying near Osaka Station will ensure seamless connections. Osaka is a culinary paradise, where your taste buds will embark on a delightful adventure. The city's streets are lined with countless restaurants, street vendors, and markets, each offering a tempting array of flavors and aromas. No visit to Osaka would be complete without savoring takoyaki, those iconic octopus balls that are a true symbol of the city's culinary identity. With prices starting from a mere 500 yen, $4, these bite-sized delights are a budget-friendly way to experience Osaka's unique flavors. Another must-try dish is okonomiyaki, a savory pancake that's as versatile as it is delicious. With prices starting from 800 yen, $6. You can customize your okonomiyaki with a variety of toppings to create a flavor combination that perfectly suits your palate. And for a quick and satisfying snack on the go, don't miss kushikatsu, deep-fried skewers of meat and vegetables that are a popular street food throughout Osaka. With prices starting from 1,000 yen, $8. Kushikatsu is a delicious and affordable way to fuel your explorations. Osaka is a city that seamlessly blends the old and the new, offering a fascinating array of attractions that will captivate your senses. Immerse yourself in the electrifying energy of Dotonbori, where dazzling neon lights illuminate the night sky. Street food vendors tempt you with their aromatic creations, and entertainment venues beckon you to experience Osaka's vibrant nightlife. Step back in time at Osaka Castle, a majestic landmark that stands as a testament to the city's rich history. For a mere 600 yen, $5, you can explore the castle grounds, admire its intricate architecture, and enjoy panoramic views of the city from its towering heights. And if you're visiting in spring, don't miss the chance to witness the castle's beauty enhanced by the delicate blossoms of cherry trees, creating a picture-perfect scene. For a taste of Osaka's trendier side, head to America Mura, a district where unique shops and cafes line the streets, street art adorns the walls, and a youthful energy fills the air. Pay a visit to the Namba Yasaka Shrine, a unique religious site that stands out with its lion-shaped stage, a testament to the city's creativity and cultural diversity. Dive into the underwater world at the Osaka Aquarium Kayakan, where you'll encounter a mesmerizing array of marine life from around the globe. For 2,300 yen, $18, you can embark on a journey through the ocean depths, marveling at giant whale sharks, playful penguins, and colorful coral reefs. Take a stroll through Shinsekai, a retro district that transports you back in time with its nostalgic atmosphere, neon lights, and iconic Sutenkaku Tower. And don't forget to indulge in kushikatsu, a local specialty of deep-fried skewers, perfect for a quick and tasty snack. For a bird's-eye view of Osaka's sprawling cityscape, ascend to the Umeda Sky Building, a modern architectural marvel that offers breathtaking panoramic vistas from its floating garden observatory. The entrance fee is 1,500 yen, $12. And the experience is especially magical at night when the city lights twinkle below. Osaka is a city that embraces both its rich history and its modern dynamism, offering a captivating blend of tradition and innovation. With its efficient public transportation system, navigating the city is a breeze, allowing you to effortlessly explore its diverse neighborhoods and attractions. Whether you prefer the convenience of the Osaka Municipal Subway, the extensive network of junior lines and private railways, or the comprehensive routes of the Osaka City Bus, you'll find a mode of transportation to suit your needs. And for those who enjoy exploring on foot, many of Osaka's attractions are within walking distance of each other, especially in the city center, allowing you to soak in the city's vibrant atmosphere at your own pace. To make your travels even smoother, consider purchasing an Ikoka card, a rechargeable smart card that can be used on various modes of public transportation, saving you the hassle of buying individual tickets. And to ensure you never lose your way, download a map app like Google Maps or Hyperdia, which provide detailed route information and real-time updates. As you embark on your Osaka adventure, don't hesitate to immerse yourself in the local culture. Learn a few basic Japanese phrases to enhance your interactions with the friendly locals, and be prepared to embrace the city's unique customs and traditions. And while Osaka is generally a safe and welcoming city, be mindful of crowds, especially during peak season and at popular attractions, to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience. Osaka is a city that will captivate your senses and leave you wanting more. With its delicious food, vibrant culture, and friendly locals, Osaka is an unforgettable destination that will surely steal a piece of your heart. Next, we venture to Nara, a charming city steeped in history and renowned for its friendly deer population. When it comes to finding the perfect place to rest your head in Nara, you'll discover a range of options to suit your travel style and budget. For those seeking a truly immersive cultural experience, a stay in a traditional ryokan is highly recommended. These charming inns offer tatami-matted rooms, communal baths, and exquisite Japanese hospitality, with prices starting from 8,000 yen, $62 per night. If you're on a tighter budget or prefer a more independent style of travel, guest houses provide comfortable and affordable accommodations, with prices starting from 3,000 yen, $23 per night. To make the most of your time in Nara, consider choosing a guest house located near Nara Park, allowing you to easily explore the area's main attractions. Nara's main draw is undoubtedly Nara Park, a sprawling green space that's home to hundreds of freely roaming deer. These gentle creatures are considered sacred in Japan, and you can purchase special deer crackers from vendors around the park to feed them. As you offer a cracker to a deer, be prepared for a polite bow in return. A charming gesture that's sure to bring a smile to your face. Within Nara Park, you'll find Todaiji Temple, a magnificent wooden structure that holds the title of the largest wooden building in the world. Inside, you'll encounter the awe-inspiring Daibutsu, a giant bronze Buddha statue that stands at an impressive 15 meters tall. The entrance fee to Todaiji Temple is 600 yen, $5. And it's well worth the price to witness this remarkable feat of architecture and spirituality. For those seeking panoramic views of Nara, a climb up Mount Wakakusa is a must. This small mountain offers breathtaking vistas of the city, Nara Park, and the surrounding countryside. And if you're visiting in spring, you'll be treated to a spectacular display of cherry blossoms along the slopes, making the climb even more rewarding. Nara is a city that seamlessly blends history, nature, and culture, offering a unique and unforgettable experience for every visitor. Our journey now takes us to Kyoto, the cultural heart of Japan, where ancient traditions and modern life intertwine seamlessly. Kyoto is a city that beckons you to linger. With its captivating beauty and serene atmosphere, finding the perfect place to stay in Kyoto is an adventure in itself, with a plethora of options to suit every taste and budget. For those seeking budget-friendly accommodations, guest houses and capsule hotels offer cozy and affordable options, with prices starting from 2,500 yen, $20 per night. To maximize your explorations, consider staying near major transportation hubs like Kyoto Station or Gion-Shiyo Station, providing easy access to the city's many attractions. If you're looking for a more authentic cultural experience, a stay in a traditional ryokan is highly recommended. These charming Japanese inns offer a unique glimpse into the country's rich heritage. With tatami-matted rooms, serene gardens, and communal baths, prices for ryokans start from 10,000 yen, $78 per night, and if you're seeking a tranquil retreat, consider choosing a ryokan nestled in the peaceful Arashiyama district. For travelers who prefer a touch of modern luxury, Kyoto boasts a variety of stylish boutique hotels and upscale business hotels, with prices starting from 7,000 yen, $54 per night. And if you're seeking the ultimate indulgence, Kyoto's collection of 4- and 5-star hotels offer unparalleled comfort and service, with prices starting from 20,000 yen, $156 per night. Kyoto is a city that will awaken your senses and nourish your soul, with a wealth of experiences that will leave you feeling refreshed and inspired. Step into a world of tranquility at the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove, where towering stalks of bamboo create a mesmerizing canopy overhead, filtering the sunlight and casting enchanting shadows on the forest floor. As you wander through this serene oasis, you'll feel a sense of peace and wonder wash over you. Immerse yourself in the beauty and spirituality of Tenryuji Temple, a Zen Buddhist temple renowned for its exquisite gardens and traditional architecture. The entrance fee is 500 yen, $4. And as you stroll through the temple grounds, you'll be captivated by the harmonious blend of nature and human artistry. For a playful encounter with nature's furry inhabitants, head to the Iwatayama Monkey Park, where you can interact with a troop of Japanese macaques, also known as snow monkeys. The entrance fee is 550 yen, $4. And you can even purchase snacks to feed these mischievous creatures, creating unforgettable memories. Prepare to be dazzled by the splendor of Kinkakuji Temple, also known as the Golden Pavilion. This iconic landmark is covered in shimmering gold leaf, creating a breathtaking spectacle that reflects beautifully on the surface of the surrounding pond. The entrance fee is 400 yen, $3. And the experience is truly unforgettable. Find solace and serenity at Kiyomizu-dera Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site perched on a hillside overlooking the city. The entrance fee is 400 yen, $3. And as you wander through the temple grounds, you'll be rewarded with panoramic views of Kyoto's skyline and the surrounding mountains. Don't forget to try the sacred water from the Ottawa waterfall, believed to bring good fortune and longevity. Step into a bygone era in Gion, Kyoto's geisha district, where traditional wooden machiya houses line the narrow streets, and Gaiko, geisha, and Maiko, apprentice geisha, can be seen gracefully gliding through the alleys. If you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of a traditional tea ceremony or performance. Embark on a spiritual journey at Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine, a mesmerizing complex of thousands of vibrant red torii gates that wind their way up a wooded mountainside. The experience is free, and as you ascend through the seemingly endless tunnel of gates, you'll feel a sense of awe and wonder. Find inner peace at Nanzenji Temple, a Zen Buddhist temple renowned for its beautiful gardens and unique architecture. The temple grounds offer a tranquil escape from the bustling city, and in spring, the cherry blossoms create a breathtaking spectacle. Indulge your taste buds in Pontocho, a narrow alleyway lined with restaurants and bars where you can savor a variety of local delicacies. Try yakitori, grilled skewers, for around 1,000 yen, $8, or odin, a hot pot dish, for around 800 yen, $6. If you're visiting in April, don't miss the Miyako Odori, a traditional dance performance by Maiko, apprentice geisha. Tickets cost around 4,000 yen, $31, and the performance is a captivating display of artistry and grace. For a more contemplative experience, visit Ginkakuji Temple, also known as the Silver Pavilion. This Zen temple is renowned for its exquisite gardens and serene atmosphere. The entrance fee is 500 yen, $4, and the temple offers a peaceful retreat from the city's hustle and bustle. And for a taste of local life, explore Nishiki Market, a bustling marketplace where you can find a variety of fresh produce, seafood, and local specialties. Kyoto is a city that will stay with you long after you've left. With its unique blend of tradition and modernity, breathtaking beauty, and serene atmosphere. Our final stop on this grand tour of Japan is Tokyo, the vibrant capital city that seamlessly blends tradition and modernity. As you prepare for your urban adventure, you'll find a plethora of accommodation options to suit your budget and preferences. For budget-conscious travelers, capsule hotels and guesthouses offer a practical and affordable solution. with prices starting from 3,000 yen, $23 per night. To maximize your time exploring the city, consider staying near major transportation hubs like Shinjuku, Shibuya, Tokyo, or Ueno stations, which provide easy access to various attractions and neighborhoods. If you're seeking a more comfortable and stylish experience, business hotels and boutique hotels offer a wide range of amenities in convenient locations, with prices starting from 10,000 yen, $78 per night. And for those who desire the ultimate in luxury and pampering, Tokyo boasts a collection of world-class hotels, with prices starting from 30,000 yen, $234 per night. These opulent establishments offer unparalleled service, exquisite dining options, and breathtaking views of the city skyline. Tokyo is a city of endless possibilities, where you can immerse yourself in a whirlwind of activities and experiences. Shibuya, the iconic heart of Tokyo's youth culture, is a must-visit for any traveler. Witness the mesmerizing spectacle of the Shibuya Crossing, the world's busiest intersection, where thousands of pedestrians navigate the scramble crossing in a perfectly choreographed dance. And for a unique perspective, head to the Shibuya Sky Observation Deck, which offers panoramic views of the city from 46 stories above. Harajuku, the epicenter of Tokyo's street fashion scene, is a feast for the eyes, with its vibrant colors, bold designs, and eclectic mix of styles. Take a stroll down Takashita Street, a pedestrian paradise lined with quirky shops, trendy boutiques, and colorful cafes. And for a moment of tranquility amidst the urban bustle, visit Yoyogi Park, a sprawling green space where you can relax under the shade of cherry blossom trees in full bloom during spring. Shinjuku, a bustling entertainment district, offers a dazzling array of attractions, from towering skyscrapers to neon-lit streets. For a truly unique dining experience, head to the Robot Restaurant, where you'll be entertained by a dazzling spectacle of robots, lights, and music. Akihabara, the electric town, is a haven for anime, manga, and gaming enthusiasts. Explore the countless shops filled with the latest gadgets, collectibles, and character merchandise. And for a truly immersive experience, visit a maid cafe, where you'll be served by waitresses dressed in elaborate maid costumes. Asakusa, a historic district with a traditional atmosphere, is home to Sensoji Temple, Tokyo's oldest temple. Take a leisurely stroll down Nakami Story, a charming street lined with shops selling traditional crafts and souvenirs. For breathtaking panoramic views of the city, ascend to the Tokyo Skytree, the tallest structure in Japan. The observation deck offers 360-degree vistas of Tokyo's sprawling cityscape. And on a clear day, you can even see Mount Fuji in the distance. The entrance fee is 2,100 yen, $16, and the experience is especially magical at night when the city lights twinkle below. Ueno Park, a sprawling green oasis in the heart of the city, is a great place to relax, explore museums, and visit the Ueno Zoo. In spring, the park transforms into a sea of pink as cherry blossom trees come into full bloom. Ginza, Tokyo's upscale shopping district, is home to flagship stores of luxury brands, high-end boutiques, and Michelin-starred restaurants. Take a break from shopping and visit the rooftop garden of the Ginza 6 building, which offers a tranquil escape from the bustling streets below. Roppongi Hills, a modern entertainment complex, features the Mori Tower observation deck, which offers stunning views of the city, especially at night. The entrance fee is 1,800 yen, $14. And the complex also houses art galleries, shops, and restaurants. For a truly immersive art experience, visit Team Lab Borderless, a digital art museum where you can wander through interactive installations and become part of the artwork. The entrance fee is 3,200 yen, $25. And the experience is sure to leave a lasting impression. Omoide Yokocho, a narrow alleyway affectionately known as Memory Lane, is a nostalgic throwback to Tokyo's past. The alley is lined with tiny bars and eateries, offering a glimpse into the city's post-war atmosphere. And for a taste of modern Tokyo, head to Shibuya Parko, a shopping and entertainment complex that features a variety of shops, restaurants, and a Nintendo store. Tokyo is a city that never sleeps, with a vibrant nightlife scene that offers something for everyone. Whether you're looking for a lively bar, a cozy cafe, or a pulsating nightclub, you're sure to find the perfect spot to enjoy your evening. With its efficient public transportation system, navigating Tokyo is a breeze. The city's extensive network of subway and train lines connects every corner of the metropolis, making it easy to explore different neighborhoods and attractions. To make your travels even smoother, purchase a Suica or Pasmo card, rechargeable smart cards that can be used on all subway and train lines, as well as buses and even some vending machines. And to ensure you never get lost, download a map app like Google Maps or Hyperdia, which provide detailed route information and real-time updates. As you embark on your Tokyo adventure, embrace the city's unique blend of tradition and modernity, immerse yourself in its vibrant culture, and create memories that will last a lifetime. As our journey through Japan comes to an end, it's time to reflect on the incredible experiences we've had and the memories we've made. From the bustling streets of Osaka to the serene temples of Kyoto, and from the majestic Mount Fuji to the vibrant capital of Tokyo, Japan has truly captivated our hearts. We've explored ancient castles and shrines, wandered through enchanting bamboo forests and traditional villages, and marveled at the beauty of cherry blossoms in full bloom. We've tasted the unique flavors of Japanese cuisine, from savory street food to exquisite keizeki meals, and we've been welcomed with warmth and hospitality by the Japanese people. Japan is a land of contrasts, where ancient traditions and modern innovations coexist in harmony. It's a country that embraces its rich cultural heritage while constantly pushing the boundaries of creativity and technology. Whether you're seeking adventure, relaxation, or cultural immersion, Japan has something to offer everyone. As you plan your own journey to Japan, remember these helpful tips. Purchase a Japan Rail Pass for convenient and cost-effective travel between cities. Utilize the efficient public transportation systems within each city, including subways, trains, and buses. Download a map app like Google Maps or Hyperdia to navigate the cities with ease. Purchase a Suica or Pasmo card for seamless travel on public transportation and convenient payments at various stores. Learn some basic Japanese phrases to enhance your interactions with locals and show your respect for their culture. Pack comfortable shoes, as you'll be doing a lot of walking, especially when exploring temples, shrines, and gardens. Be prepared for crowds, especially during peak season and at popular attractions. Embrace the Japanese culture of respect and politeness. And remember to bow as a gesture of gratitude and respect. Most importantly, be open to new experiences and embrace the unique charm and beauty of Japan. We hope this journey through Japan has inspired you to embark on your own adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest travel adventures. We have many more exciting destinations to explore and stories to share. So be sure to join us on our next journey. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.